Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin correction, and we're also going to talk about Filecoin. As you guys know, we've been talking about Filecoin over the last few weeks and so on. When sucker was like around like $20, $24, been accumulating the sucker, right around like 22 to 24. We said it publicly. When sucker move, it is likely to be our next EGLD, and it is likely to be our next FTM, CHR, CHZ, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so Fire, it is still a good hold for me. So most people are going to be taking profits at low $90 right here. So but we're going to talk about what type of a move we're going to get over the next like a few days and so on, right? Because we're going to have to take a look at the BTC pair, right? So before we talk about Filecoin, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, and take a look at Bitcoin on a lower degree and what we said over the last few days and so on, right? So what I said regarding Bitcoin was like the move we got right now in this entire range, it is just a correction. And one thing we did was like just took a nice long from 43 to 52, and took another long from 53 all the way up to basically 57 and 58, 57 and a half to 58 and a half, right? After sucker basically pump above like 60k, we didn't do anything. We just let the sucker basically get rejected right there, because we knew sucker wasn't gonna pump too far away. Okay, so as of now, I don't have any BTC open trade, just huddle position, not looking for any position right now in this range, right? And we're gonna talk about the correction regarding BTC on a lower degree and both on a higher time frame, right? So let me go ahead and take a look at the chat room. We got Crit in the house, we got OK Man in the house, and Sun Crypto in the house, right? So now let's dive into the potential correction we could anticipate right here. So when BTC was dropping a couple of days ago, and what we said was like anything at mid 50k down to mid 40k going to be pretty bullish, and wouldn't be looking to short this sucker right here. And if you take a look at the support area right here, was like 382 pullback, right? So we got a nice support at 382 pullback. Next support level to look for going to be like a 0.618 right here if we get rejected at the top, just about like 60k, because sucker can still pump back up right here, as I said last time. Okay, and it can drop right here, but once we drop back down to like a 52 to a 54 range, we just have to be very, very cautious. The reason why we have to be cautious is like we could potentially get two type of correction, and we don't know which one going to be playing out, because both of them going to be valid, right? The number one correction is like we could get this move, okay, sideways correction, right? sideways correction right here, and a beautiful pump to the upside, right? The other possible correction we could anticipate, right, is like we could basically after this rejection right here, right, we might not even pump back up to like a 60k. That's what I'm saying. We just have to be cautious. That's why I'm only trading alt right now, right? Because sucker can do something like this. Okay, let me change the color in blue. Okay, all right, you see what I'm saying? So we could either potentially anticipate a bigger flat correction in this range, which is a retracement down to a mid to low 40Ks, going to basically give us a big correction in blue. Okay, but however, a pump back up to 60k, retrace down to mid 50k could potentially give us a beautiful setup right here. And we're gonna wait for moving averages to cross bullish right here on our 6 hour or even on our 8-hour and watch our MACD right here for a potential reversal. So both setups, both of these setups are pretty bullish. The main thing is like the timing. Okay, the timing it is going to be it is going to be crucial. Okay, because dropping down to 40k, most people are going to be panicking and be selling out everything and then looking to buy cheaper, and sucker gonna say goodbye. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look at the chat room again. Hey, what's up, crypto beginner? Thanks a lot for tuning in. So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a daily basis. So on the daily basis, last time we were live, sucker basically got support at the daily 21, and we said if we break the daily 21 on a higher time frame, we just have to suck it up and look for support right here at the 50 at the 21 EMA, which is just about like 0.618 to a 50% pullback right here, okay, for the short-term trade. But as of now, everything looks good on the 2-day basis. We just have to basically make sure, right, if we're gonna be continuing the uptrend, we're gonna need to pump with massive volume above like a 6k, and we're gonna invalidate the potential drop to the downside. Okay, a breakout strongly above 60k going to be going to basically invalidate any potential move to the downside, any potential correction. Okay, something to keep in mind going forward, right? So on the 3-day basis, nothing crazy. Once again, looks pretty juicy, right? Overall, still above the 21 EMA, right? On a 7-day basis, right? As we said, very undecided candle right here. So bulls did not manage to close green, so very, very challenging right now. So let's see what we're gonna get. Let's see what we're gonna get over the next like 24 to 48 hours to get a solid solid direction on a 7-day basis. Okay, so weekly time frame looks pretty good. So everything basically looks good. Okay, everything looks good. We just have to get big volume right here to try to break out. Okay, if we do not get a big volume, bulls could be losing definitely control down to the mid to low 40k. But the main thing to the takeaway is like we're just correcting, right? We're just trying to figure out like how the how the bull is gonna be correcting in this range before the next leg up to 75. Okay, I'm pretty bullish. I'm still looking for 75 to 85. So anything in this range, it is just going to be pretty much a beautiful accumulation for the next leg up, right? Something to keep in mind. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Garland, thanks a lot for tuning in. So now let's go ahead and take a look at a Filecoin. So File, let's take a look at it on 8-hour basis. So beautiful bull flag right here. So what we said regarding File was like when sucker was right here, right back in January, I think early February, right here. Okay, late January. Okay, File was actually one of my top pick for February, but I just didn't put it on the list. I just mentioned it, but it wasn't on the list, but it was like a top pick, right? Right here we said if we break above 25, that's it. Sucker gonna be mooning like what? It is gonna moon like EGLD, guys. Remember when EGLD was at $7, guys? That's when we started being very bullish. And remember one thing, the structure, exactly, that's what I said. The structure of a Filecoin and EGLD is exactly the same thing, the bottom formation, and also FTM. Okay, FTM also had a nice beautiful bottom formation like that. You're gonna think like sucker gonna dump, sucker gonna reverse and give you a nice 10 to 20x. So can we get a 10 to 20x, 8,000% gain on File? Absolutely yes. I think like sucker can pump all the way up to basically $200 to $400, we're going to be looking for 1,000 to 2,000% gain, guys. So that's incredible. Okay, so you get these type of setup only from Send Crypto. Okay, sometimes these setups they can't move sideways, correct, and all of that good stuff. However, if you understand the directional move, you just bull's gonna be if bulls understand the directional move, they're just gonna be patient. Okay, they're just gonna be patient and basically suck it up and then wait for the big move. One thing we just have to remember is like 8,000%, not 1,000 point, but 8,000% doesn't come like in one day. Okay, if you get anything that pump like 1,000% in one day, it is likely to dump like 40 to 60% the next day. Okay, so you take a look at EGLD. We waited at the very bottom just about $7, but it took like 3 months, okay, 2 months I would say, right, to pump all the way up to over $150 from like a $7. So file, we just have to file it up and then suck it up and let it run. Wouldn't be messing with it. Just put a stop loss at average, at entry, whatever, and let the sucker do the work. Okay, no need to do anything with this sucker. Right now the job is done. We just have to let it do the work for the next like a few months. File BTC, we're not even yet a target for our premium for file BTC. That's why I'm saying like sucker is still pretty bullish. So you take a look at file BTC, we're looking for like 170,000 sats right here. We started buying at 58,000 sats, guys. So that's over like a you 4x your BTC nearly. Okay, nearly. That's three just about like a 3x, 3.5x your BTC in like 2 months. Okay, we talked about file early February right here. Sucker was like 58,000. Bang. Okay, so bang, in less than 45 days we got the job done. So next coin we're gonna focus on, we're done with Filecoin. So next coin we're gonna focus on over the next like a few days, guys, it is going to be Steem. Okay, so why Steem? Steem is already a 12% up, but beautiful correction right here. I don't think 12% for Steem is a lot. So when sucker pump, this sucker is crazy. It got some crazy wicks, right? Something to keep in mind, right? So it has some crazy wicks, and we haven't seen a big uptrend on Steem, right, since like a year ago. Okay, March 16, 2020, guys. Today is like March 19th. That's the last time we pumped massively on Steem. So Steem, it is a good hold. Even if we do not pump on this alt season, it is still a good hold going in like a Q2 and the end of the starting of the summer. Okay, so we're looking for a potential move all the way up to 5,000. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Some sucker is right around like under 1,000, and the lows right here was just about like a 400 sats. Okay, 400 sats. So something to keep in mind. I like the correction above the 3-day 21 EMA. We just have to break the 100 EMA on our 3-day basis, or even down to our daily 2-day basis right here. Okay, on the 2-day basis, as you can see, that's our rejection area. Circle looks pretty bullish, man. It looks pretty nice, kind of like a like an engine. Okay, but I don't think it's gonna do like engine a 2 weeks pump. This sucker gonna pump like in 24 hours. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean, because Steem does have some crazy wicks. So I'm not sure if sucker gonna be giving us a like a smooth rally, or if we're gonna get a just 3-day pump. Okay, 3 days pump, and that's it. So the next one, it is going to be ICX. ICX, I already gave you guys a beautiful setup on ICX. So we started talking about ICX at 1,400 sats. So it hasn't been doing well really versus BTC. It's only like up. You take a look at it, it's up, just about like a 2x. Okay, so most of our alt like FET, CELR, IOST, they up like 4 or 5x. Okay, from the bottom, ICX is only up like 2x. So sucker got like a plenty of momentum, all right, over the next like a few days to over the next few days. So something to keep in mind going forward. Okay, next resistance, minor resistance, we're gonna have to deal with. It is going to be 6,400. We got beautiful upside targets up to like 11 to 14,000, but we're going to talk about it over the next like a few weeks and so on. A potential confirmation could be our MACD to flip bullish on our 2-day basis, and we could see some massive uptrend. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So we're only going to talk about 3 coins today, right? So the next one, it is going to be a RDN. I never talked about RDN. I don't think we talk about it like special, in our public group. I don't think we talked about it before, right? So RDN, something to keep in mind. Beautiful setup. I'm loving it. I like the rejection at the 2-day 100 EMA right here. So if we break above like 1700 sats, 1500 sats, sucker could give us a nice rally back to 4,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 area over the next like a few months and so on, right? So a good potential pump to the upside over the next like a few weeks. Once again, it is not a day trading setup. It is not a short-term setup. It is just like FET. So if you take a look at FET, when we started buying FET right here, we didn't expect like a big pump to the upside, right? So we hitting our targets on FET. Sucker looks pretty juicy right now. Still got some pretty good prices, okay, to the upside, right? So something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind, right? So that's it. That's all we're gonna cover for today. We talked about ICX, RDN, Steam, right, and Filecoin and BTC. All right. So let me go ahead and take a look at your request. Somebody requesting QTUM. So QTUM, it is still under accumulation, right? It is likely to break out over the next like a few trading session. Beautiful support right here. Next resistance, it is going to be a 14,000 to a 15,000 area. If we break it, we've been waiting for QTUM to hit our 23,000 sats right here, which is like just before like the August high. So it is gonna get there. It is just a matter of time. But QTUM, once again, we even got crazy targets above like this range. All right, so still a good hold. Hey, what's up, Ben? Thanks a lot for tuning in. CRV, let's go ahead and take a look at CRV. So CRV, sucker is pretty bullish, right? So as you can see, CRV started the uptrend before the alt season, right? So we picked CRV at the very bottom, guys, just about like 2,000 sats right there, below 2,000, and sucker pump all the way up, guys, to like 1,000. So that's 5x versus BTC nearly. Okay, so a pullback to a support area, it is pretty normal, right? We just have to see if sucker gonna be going to be reversing or going to give us a new double bottom right here. As of now, I'm expecting a reversal, but let's see what we're gonna get. We're gonna need like a volume confirmation. As of now, the volume is in favor of the bulls. As we price is decreasing, volume is decreasing. No sell volume right here, so I wouldn't worry too much about like CRV. It is still sucker. It is still a good hold. Okay, something to keep in mind. So we just need to break above the 21 EMA once again to get the confirmation of a potential reversal. All right. So CRO, smile. So CRO, it is likely to continue its uptrend. As we said, when sucker was right around like under 200 sats, we said rejection level to keep an eye on. It is going to be 400. So just keep an eye on your 400 area, right? beautiful bull flag, just like a Filecoin. So we just need to now try to challenge 500 sats. Okay, 500 sats right there. And after that, you got another target up to like a 800 sats nearly. Okay, so it is kind of crazy, but the August rejection is at 1500 sats. Okay, 1500 sats. Not sure if we're gonna get there, you know, during this during the alt season, but looks pretty bullish going forward. All right, so thanks a lot. I mean, be cautious, guys. Even if you follow my call, all my calls, they're not financial advice. Okay, I'm just showing you, you know, what I think the market could do. Okay, not the market, not what the market will do. Okay, so for instance, if you bought Filecoin and sucker dump to like $1, I mean, don't come back and tell me, oh, I'll follow your call. Okay, so make sure to just keep that in mind. Not a financial advice, right? So but we've been pretty successful, you know, since like October. All my calls been pretty juicy, guys. I'm not even giving like any calls for like a 10%. All my calls like 2x at least. Okay, so even my short-term trade over like a 50% move, right? So with no leverage. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at SXP for create. So SXP, beautiful setup. Sucker is still you know, accumulating right here. Once we break above 6,000, so we're gonna definitely find it easy to you know, right above like 10,000 and so on. Okay, so it is still a good hold, right? That's the main thing to remember about SXP. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Zcash. Talking about privacy coins, we're gonna take a look at Komodo and Pivx after we talk about Zcash, because we still got some setup in our premium. So Zcash, it is still a good hold. Okay, three-way move right here, correction, double bottom right here. So it is still a good hold. Beautiful setup right here. Let's look for the pump right here back to a rejection level. Okay, just about like a 0.03. 0.038 BTC. Okay, so expect some move back up from this sucker right here. That's a 50% pump, guys. So let's see if we're gonna get that move, right? So if it also looks like a Neo is also Neo also got the same setup. Even if you remember Filecoin back in December, we got similar setup when File was looking to I think pump like around like a 68,000, 67,000. I was saying like we're gonna drop back down to 58,000 before the pump, and take a look at Filecoin right now. It is up there. So beautiful setup right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Komodo. So Komodo, it is also a premium setup. Beautiful setup right here. We talked about, you know, Komodo when it was right here, just about like 2,000 sats, right? It is not up a lot. It is only 50% up. So we got resistance right here, just about 5,000, 7,000 right here, and all the way up to 12,000. Okay, so let's see what Komodo are going to do over the next like a few days and so on, right? Let's go ahead and we talk about QTUM. Guys, if you enjoy the content, right, I'm gonna tell you what to do, right? Make sure to hit the likes and subscribe, right? And so We also going to take a look at ADA, because ADA, we played it well in our premium, right? So everybody was moving on ADA, Coinbase, and all of that good stuff. In our premium, what we said, even in our public Telegram group right here, buy the sucker right here at 95 to 105. If you don't want to deal with the dollar value, you just deal with the BTC pair. What we said was like buy range for ADA is right here, just about like 1900 to 2100. Okay, so it doesn't matter really if you bought it at 1800, 1900, you're still gonna get the same amount of gains. But in dollars, yes, you're gonna get like 40% pump, but versus BTC, it did not pump a lot. Okay, I mean, it did pump a lot. Actually, they did pump 40% also versus BTC. All right, so it doesn't seem like it pumped a lot, but we talked about it when sucker was dropping right here. Talking about dropping, let's take a look at SOL BTC, because SOL BTC on the 2-day basis is also doing a similar structure. If you take a look at SOL, we could be anticipating a similar structure, just like ADA. So sucker could come out with a good news and could be pumping back up to a double top right here. Okay, so keep an eye on SOL BTC for a potential reversal from the 2-day 21. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at the chat room once again. So any low caps alt, I mean, if you want any low caps, join the public Telegram group. If you want like some detailed analysis, join the premium group, link in the description. Digibyte, I gave you Digibyte, so if you're not holding Digibyte, I mean, you're on your own, right? Because sucker is going to Dogecoin very soon, right? So Digibyte, I like the setup. A beautiful I gave you guys a Digibyte setup back then, like late February, late January, early February, right here when sucker was like 80 sat. We said anything around like 80 to 100 sats, even like up to 120, it is going to be a good buy. A couple days ago, sucker dipped all the way down to like 100 sats. I won my premium group and I said it is time to reaccumulate. If you basically took some profits right there, 1/5, right, we can still get this move back down right here. So keep an eye on a potential double bottom back to like a 100 sats, right? So Digibyte BTC on Bittrex has a better chart, right? Let's take a look at it on the macro scale. On the macro scale, it is still like pretty undervalued. Okay, so beautiful setup. Sucker is still like, it hasn't done anything. I think like even like 200 sats, it is still a good buy right here, because once we break above like 200, it is gonna say goodbye. We just don't know when. Okay, that's a big question with this alt. You might expect like a Digibyte to break out like in March, but sucker could break out like in July. You see what I'm saying? So you might be expecting this sucker to break out like in July. Sucker gonna break out tomorrow. So timing, it is going to be the hardest thing. Okay, that's why I pay attention to my EMAs, because sometimes when they above like the 100 EMA on 3-day basis, they tend to move very fast. Okay, they tend to move smoothly. Any dips after that, it is going to be a buy. As of now, it is not above the 100 EMA. So let's see, once we break above the 100 EMA, we could get a nice rally back up to like a 300 sat and all of that good stuff. So that's a 3x move look going forward, right? Short term, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at DLT. They both take a look at, they both kind of pretty volatile. So DNT broke the resistance level right here, so just accumulating right now. It started to pump like back in January, but back in November, kind of like EGLD, right? And you know, and sushi, because some of these coins they pumped like first week of November 4th and all of that good stuff, right? So right now just accumulative. I don't see anything crazy. I don't see anything bearish, right? Very accumulative, right? Very accumulative. So still a hold, right? Davis is saying like XRP gonna piss a lot of people off because it's not moving. I mean, when the king starts moving, yourself you're gonna FOMO in. I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and take a look at a ZIL. ZIL USD kind of it has a better chart than ZIL BTC, but let's see, it is still bullish, it is still a hold. Any dips, it is going to be a buy. So ZIL, it is still a good hold, right? It is still a good hold. So ZIL BTC, the chart is not bad. It's just it is very challenging right here to you know, for the bulls to break above like the June high right here. But once again, we talked about this sucker when it was like you know, right around like a 180, you know, 140 range. You know, we had our setups like up to 600 sats. So 600 sats, you're looking at Zilliqa doubling in BTC price. If BTC stays at, you know, 58, 60K, you're looking at Zilliqa to go all the way up to like a 40 cents to up to 50 cents if BTC pumps to you know, pumps like a $80,000. So Zilliqa going to a $1 is, I mean, it is not, I would say like it is very probable. Okay, it is very probable. So Zilliqa, it is still a good hold, right? Aldo, my Italian gangster in the house. Ciao, what's up, man? Send the machine gun. Thanks a lot, Aldo. Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Aldo been following me like for over a year now, almost 2 years, right? So he's in my premium group also, right? Let's see. File is dumping. I mean, file is dumping if you only bought it like recently. We've been buying at low $20. So all we have to do is just put a stop. If it dumps, okay, we got other setups, right? So nothing is guaranteed in this market. Like you might expect like file to you know, pump all the way up to $400, but sucker can dump right back down to $20, and we're just gonna have to reassess. That's it. Okay, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in this market. Something to keep in mind. It doesn't matter who gives you setups, right? Even BTC is not guaranteed it's gonna pump to 75K, right? Even XRP is not guaranteed it's gonna dump. Sucker could pump to my target $13, right? $10 to $13. So Monero, let's take a look at XMR. So XMR BTC, it is below reaccumulation right here. So the thing with Monero, you gotta understand what's going on, right? So Monero back in June, right, was one of our top pick. We said just suck it up, right? We're gonna hit June prices right here, June 2019. Remember, we picked it a year later, right here, June 2020. We had a target at 0.011. Once we hit 0.011, we said take profits, okay? Because most alt, once they hit like the June prices, they tend to basically struggle a lot, okay? So Monero pump. Remember when alt was dumping, right? Most of these alt were dumping. Monero was still pumping because alt peaked at like August right here. That's why Monero also gave me a tough time. Shorted a couple of times, like trying to take a short on it. Sucker basically just told me to get out of the way. So back in August right here, alt started dumping. You take a look at Monero, started pumping. Okay, you know, beautiful setup, right, versus BTC. But afterward it dumped like NEM, okay, XEM. So right now we got a nice double bottom right here, beautiful three-way move pullback right here. So it is bullish, right? Would give it a shot and just HUDL versus BTC. Okay, the momentum is not strong. It means it is just accumulated. So I don't expect like a big pump like from MONERO, you know, over the next few days, but we could definitely start to build a nice uptrend, right? Thanks a lot, Ecotech. SCRT Secret Network. SCRT so it is back to a support area right here. So beautiful double bottom right there. So it is just retesting the previous rejection right here. So would give it like few more days to try to reverse back up. Okay, right there. So if you notice well, I just showed you SOL BTC, SOL BTC, same exact setup, but SOL is at the 2-day 21. Okay, so if we get any further dump down, we just have to suck it up and could look for a potential down, potential dump down to the 50% pullback also for SOL. Okay, but let's just focus on the 2-day time frame and see if it is gonna break it, because once we break it, we might struggle again to even like break above it, because it has to basically correct right here before the next leg up. So the entire range right here, it is just accumulative, right? Hey, what's up, Alt fan in a house? Cannibal Wealth in a house. Thanks a lot, Cannibal Wealth. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, and we're gonna go for another live stream tomorrow. Hopefully I can wake up early tomorrow, and if market is volatile enough, we're gonna go for another live. But as of now, BTC is that's why I kept saying, guys, the 50-day cycle, it is I think we're halfway through the 50-day cycle. It is still bullish, so no need to be panicking right now. I'm very bullish on this sucker, man. I keep telling you, man, the macro scale is very bullish. I remember when I was calling for BTC being very bullish, and we took a short position, and Aldo was telling me, you saying sucker is very bullish and you're shorting it. But that was back in, I think, let's see, I think that was back right here, somewhere around here. I can't remember, but I think it was like October. But yes, that was like the first week of October, when I won my premium group, and I said sucker is very bullish. Once we break above the 21 EMA on a 2-day basis, we don't need to do anything, right? So we don't need to do anything afterward. Don't sell your BTCs, right? Let's go back to the 50, the 3 weeks time frame. Candle gonna close on the 26th. That's why I'm saying that we just have to be we just have to wait till the quarterly cycle closes, right, to basically get a potential new strong uptrend. I don't see like the quarterly cycle closing anywhere around 30K. So talking about 30K before April is just insane right now. Like, if you see anyone talking about 30K, just tell him, man, just suck it up. Okay, just suck it up. I mean, I'm not saying it won't, right? It can happen, because remember, these suckers are crazy. Okay, but just talking about like Bitcoin dropping down to like a 32K before end of the month, guys. That's like end of the bear. That's like end of the bull market and start of the bear market. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes things has to make sense, right? Things have to make sense, right? So we just have to suck it up and huddle it up for the next few weeks, right? For the next 13 days. BML. I mean, this sucker is nowhere. It doesn't have enough history for me to do anything, man. It is bull flagging right here, so it is a good hold, right? But short term, okay, bull flagging right here. So if the correction is successful, you're gonna look for this move right here. Okay, back to the top. Yeah, hollow is it corrected as expected and pumped to the upside, right? So nice correction right here, beautiful pump to the upside. Just keep an eye on your moving averages going forward. Nothing bearish. Low sell volume right here, so it is likely to either correct down right here and give us another leg up. So beautiful setup. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get right here first with the retest of the top before we confirm the uptrend to $100. Let's see. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching, man.